All right, so had to take a break from aircraft building and boat sailing to build a stretch of shadow box fence along this one side yard. I put the posts in last weekend. Saw a couple of videos online that showed the 2x4 horizontal 2x4s laid sideways like this to kind of help with don't have post exposed on either side. You don't have to worry about spacing the pickets. The only thing that I found was a little bit of an issue compared to like this fence here, where the 2x4 is actually, you know, in the vertical type position. You can see that vertical there. Now you still have gap that you can see, but when you go with the 2x4 on its side like this, and you do the same spacing like that one, it really shows a huge gap, you know, between the fence. So what I had to do was I took this space here. It was a 2x4 with like this one, like that, and that was just way too wide for this being, you know, these 2x4s being flat like they are. So I shrunk each of these spaces to 2.5 inches. Basically, this is not a 2x4, it's 3.5 inch wide. So I shrunk an inch between each picket, 2.5 inches wide, and it basically added, on a 10-foot stretch, it added one more picket per side. So if you do that with these 2x4s horizontal like I've got them, just keep in mind that you might have to shrink the gappage here so that there's less view between you and the neighbor. I mean, like there's still view. I mean, like you get up close to this fence here, and you can see through, you know, at certain angles, like so. But when I had, like I said, the same 3.5 inch gap between these pickets, it was just way too much. So I've got to wait on a few more. I ordered a bunch of these little brackets. I don't know if I can get close enough without stepping on something. So I ordered a bunch of these brackets here, 54 of them, and I really didn't feel like toenailing in each of my 2x4s. I figured I'd just get some brackets. Well, they were all supposed to be here yesterday, and I only got 2 sets of them. Now I'm waiting on the rest of them. I'll get about 5 more sets tomorrow, a couple sets on Saturday. So it's coming along. This is my first attempt at shadow box fencing, and this here is my little jig. Sits on top of the, let's see if I can pick it up, and I'm sure you guys seen this before on other videos. If I can get it over here. Wait. Anyway. So it sits on top of the top rail. Yeah. Trying to balance this thing and move it at the same time here. There we go. Okay. So it sits on top of the top rail like that, and it gives me the proper height all the way down the length. And before I, you know, the ground obviously is not perfectly level. It does go up a little bit. So the first section is fairly level. The second section starts to increase a little bit, and then as you go towards the back corner, it goes uphill and then levels out again. So I'll have a nice looking fence when it's all done. Thanks for watching, and hope that helped out a little bit if you do decide to go with your 2x4 horizontal pieces sideways like I did. Over and out.